Adam Gravitz Sports Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jax. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Adam. Yeah. So it's Tuesday. We had off yesterday. That was good.
You had off yesterday, yeah. That's nice.
You didn't have off?
No.
Why?
Because I have to build America, man.
Fuck off. You don't have to build America. I thought you were off yesterday.
No.
No. All right. Well, I had off, so I got to spend a day not doing work.
I mean, you don't do work anyway. You're busy. You're out and about playing with your nephew and enjoying.
Went to Cabin John Park. Went down a slide that was meant for.
Yeah.
Went down a slide that was meant for ages 5 to 12. And
did you feed the garbage pig?
We did feed he was scared of the garbage pig.
Yeah.
He didn't really know. So that garbage pig has been around for, forever.
Mm-hmm.
And we would say I said, Max, go feed him some paper or some sticks.
Mm-hmm.
He put his hands in his pockets and just was very just stared at the pig.
Yeah.
Didn't really know what to do. Then somebody would feed the pig, but then he would be happy when you push the button and the pig would talk.
Right, obviously.
Of course. But we went down a slide that was meant, again, ages 5 to 12.
Yeah.
So he liked that. And we went down 6 times. He was like, more. So that was good. And then we went to Montgomery, and then we went to the mall to get food. Yeah. And he had McDonald's food. Oh. He had the best day of his life. Think about it. Okay, he got to play at a park.
Yeah.
Then he went. You've been to Montgomery Mall. There's a little place thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to ride on some little truck.
Yeah.
And some other shit. Then he got to eat McDonald's for the first time.
It was the first time he's ever had McDonald's?
First time he's ever had McDonald's.
Wow, what a special day.
Have you met my sister? She doesn't feed him a ton of fast food. No. So he had chicken nuggets, fries, all that. Then he got Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah.
As he was leaving, we said, did you have a good day? And he just said happy. That's all he said. He said happy.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad he had a happy day. He got to spend it with his mommy and his unkie.
And me, yeah. No, he said my name
Adam.
a few times. Yeah, he says my name a few times.
That's cute.
So it was a good time.
Did you know Paul Stanley from the band Kiss is going to be at the mall on Friday?
That's great. That's really great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what else? We got sports going on, I guess.
There's no sports going on.
But we've got college basketball.
No, college basketball's over.
We talk about how bad the NBA All-Star game is. My fucking God. I will say this. I liked the Saturday night was cool. Mac McClung was really good.
Right.
I thought he did a really good job in the slam dunk contest.
Yeah.
But I hate the actual All-Star game. I really do.
It's like LA Fitness defense. They run around, have fun.
You can't defend this. I don't care if you're shooting 43-foot 3-pointers and throwing the ball off the backboard and not playing any defense. It's not enjoyable.
So you want to play Tenacious D and hustle and stuff?
It's a glorified shoot around.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea.
But again, in baseball, they try.
Well, I think the thing with basketball, and this is consistent with all All-Star games, including this. But the thing is, in the olden days, going back 15, 20 years, the All-Star game was the only opportunity for the average fan to see some of these players. Now, you can just watch whenever and it doesn't matter.
I understand that. I'm not saying play like a playoff game, but at least put a little bit more effort than what they were doing. I'm sorry. You can't tell me that was enjoyable to watch.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Okay, of course you didn't watch it because you were watching some stupid show on Apple TV, I'm sure. No, I'm just saying it's not enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, don't watch it. If people stop watching it, it'll go away and they'll replace it with more stuff.
I like the idea of a draft. I thought that was kind of cool, a live draft. I thought that was cool, but I I don't know. It just
So
was,
what would you do to make it better?
No, I'm not. I don't know. I really don't know.
Other than mandating that they try hard.
I don't know. If all they care about is money, I don't know. Make it like make it about money.
How about this? Here's a good way to do it. So, what you could do is you let the players bet on their teams.
No,
so
that's not,
you have gambling involved, so they're much more motivated. It's not just the payout; it's the gambling on their payout.
No, that's a terrible idea.
I think it's a great idea.
No, I liked my idea. No, if everyone loves it about money, right? Like all the players just want to get paid. That's why guys don't do the slam dunk contest. That's why whatever. So make it worth their while. Then they have the money, obviously.
So how much money would you make it?
What? I don't know what the number is. I'm just saying it wasn't enjoyable. I couldn't watch it. And I like basketball. You know that. I couldn't watch the game because it was just
you would give the winning team like $200,000 each.
Or figure something out. I don't know. I guess you can't. Again, you can't mandate them to play defense. But fuck, man, I don't need to watch dudes just throwing like it's just playing like Ole. It's not even. I don't know. It just wasn't enjoyable. Sorry, it wasn't.
Okay.
Maybe that means me old man yelling at clouds, but I don't find it fun.
Yeah, I think most All-Star games are pretty terrible.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing there. I didn't enjoy it. So
okay,
that's all.
Well, good
but I
for
did
you.
I thought All-Star Saturday Night was good. Like I thought Mac McClung was good.
You would like Mac McClung. It's fine.
Why would you say that?
He's your kind of player. He's scrappy. He doubled his paycheck in one day, and then he's feeling good.
I think going forward, like I don't need to see like Jericho Sims do it. Just get like I think they wanted to do this one year. They did do it. Just get like the best like playground dunkers or something. I don't know.
That would be fun.
Because again, like I don't need to watch Jericho Sims and Trey Murphy. Like I don't know, they weren't good.
Trey Murphy came in second, though, right?
I think he may have. I don't know. Good thing that was a guy the Wizards could have had, by the way. Just want to point that out.
The Wizards could have had lots of guys, right?
Woulda,
coulda, shoulda. But your Wizards are securely in the Ted Leonsis Invitational with the 9 seed.
I mean, I don't even care. Oh, but at least we bought out. At least Will Barton got bought out. That's cool, I guess.
That frees up a roster spot. You hated Will Barton anyway.
Well, no. So then now we convert Jordan Goodwin into a standard contract. So now we have 4 point guards. And as I said to you, when you have 4 point guards, it means you have no point guards.
Yeah, but going into next year, he'll be your starting point guard.
No, what's his name will be the starting
Kendrick
point guard.
Nunn.
Unfortunately, be on the team. I don't like. I like Jordan Goodwin, but again, he's never going to play him. Like you and I both know, Wes Unseld Jr. will play Kendrick Nunn 100 times out of 100 over Jordan Goodwin. True or false?
True.
Okay, it's like it's a nice story, but again, he's not going to play. And again, where is he going to play when you already have Morris and DeLon Wright? It's like I don't understand. So fine. I know we should get excited. That they're going to be like, it's like weird. They're fun to watch, but I also just hate them because it's like I don't care about them making the Ted Leonsis Invitational. I really don't. The worst thing that I've said this for years. The worst thing that ever happened was them introducing the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
It really, because if they didn't, then Leonsis would actually have possibly tried to rebuild.
Yeah.
But instead, he'll always have that 9th seed that he can go after.
The 10 seed.
10 seed. Yeah. You know what I mean, though. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, I hope they, again, you're going to, you know what I'm going to be doing in the second half of the season? I'm going to be rooting for losses like I always do.
It's not going to, whatever, look, we know it's a fact that you rooting for anything doesn't matter. The Wizards are going to be at the 9 seed, you know this, and then they're going to, and then they're going to maybe even win the play-in game.
Which then means you lose your draft pick.
And they lose the draft pick, and then they lose in 5 in the first round.
And see, this is the part that always bothers me the most, is that these idiot fans that are like, oh, this is our out of the gate or out of the break, we got to make sure that we can try to gain some gains on people. Again, I don't understand why people don't realize that we need these picks.
Yeah.
This team, if you're so inclined to be paying I still can't believe we're going to do this. Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, and Bradley Beal a combined 100 and I don't even know how many millions, a combined maybe What are we going to pay him a year? Like
Be $110 million combined.
$120 million, $115 million for those three guys. If you're going to do that, you need, young guys on cheap contracts.
You pick up guys like Brandon Miller in the draft.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. I'm just saying, my point is, if we lose out on our first round pick, what are we going to do? Use the 40th pick on we all know Tommy's just going to use the 40th pick on a African guy that's 7 years away from playing. He's not going to use it on a guy that we need, and then they'll just do what? Sign more vet minimum guys? It's like this is the thing. They have there's no future. Like paying Kyle Kuzma $25 million a year is like one of the dumbest moves you can make.
Yeah.
But don't worry, because we're bidding against ourselves, so this will be fun. I'm sure Kyle Kuzma will get like a guaranteed no trade clause, player option in year 5, anything he wants, they'll give him.
Why would he ever want to leave?
Yeah, right.
There's no reason to leave. You'd be like Bradley Beal, fat and happy, take some days off, chill out. There's no stress, no pressure.
I mean, they'll give Porzingis whatever he wants. It's like whenever they get somebody, they just
they fall in love.
They think that oh God, we got Kyle Kuzma. We can't afford to lose him. It's like, yes, you can. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just kind of I don't know. I don't want to be paying Kyle Kuzma $25-30 million a year. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're in agreement there. But anyway, I'm excited for the second half of the season. Hopefully we go on a 5-game losing streak and we can stop this whole thinking that we're going to win games.
That's the spirit.
Shut up, Jack.
Giving up all hope is really where you need to be at.
The Wizards it is.
No.
All right, what else we got?
No.
Oh, guess what? I actually did predict the correct thing with the under. Wow, good job, Adam.
Which game is this?
Tennessee, Texas A&M.
But you didn't bet on it.
No, I didn't. I retired. I told you so.
You retired from sports gambling.
I did for now. For now.
Official Tom Brady retirement.
Yeah, it's like a few week retirement.
They call that a hiatus or a sabbatical.
We got college basketball in full swing. Obviously, we're towards the tournament, which is my favorite of the year. Kind of your favorite time of the year. Your Terps had a very not good loss.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Very Jekyll and Hyde. You have a couple you have a few really good wins, and you have some
coming off of beating Purdue.
Who, by the way, I said, and I still agree, one of the most overrated teams in the country.
But still, that's still a good win. You can't argue.
No, it's a very good win.
And then
you can't
having a shot, being up by 7 or 8 against Nebraska at the end of the second half, and then losing in overtime is not great.
You agree? You can't lose that game.
You can't. And then it was they threw the ball away to it's just they make too many mistakes. They miss layups. They're just sloppy on the road. They're a completely different team.
Nebraska, I will say this: Nebraska is a feisty little team. They've beaten some teams,
and they've won 4 straight apparently.
Right, I'm saying they're a feisty little team. But you have to win that game if you're Maryland and you want to be like a top 6 or 7 seed.
Yeah, of course. That's a game you have to have. But on the plus side, if you're feeling bad about yourself.
Yeah.
The old Terps have Minnesota coming to town, and that's a great opportunity to get yourself right.
I thought you said you were going to say if you feel bad about yourself, just be happy you're not a Florida State.
No, because Florida State fans have already given up hope. They're like you, and they don't care. Whereas Maryland sucks you in and makes you think about
In my defense, can you blame me for giving up? Come on.
No, what I'm saying though is as I've gotten used to in many of my other teams, is when you've given up hope and don't care, I can enjoy the pageantry of the sport without actually, quote, worrying about... Right, but you don't care. You don't have that anxiety if this could be a turning point in, a great season or cutting down...
I mean, this isn't the COVID year where, Florida State could have possibly won the national championship.
Yeah, this isn't... So... Again, it's the same anxiety you generally think you feel during Florida State football, where it's
I don't have that anymore.
every game could be the difference between making the Orange Bowl or it's you have some high hopes.
Let me play devil's advocate. It's also not fun for me as a diehard sports fan.
Sure, when your team is shit, I get it.
Getting their ass kicked by Boston College.
Now, here's what I'll say about Maryland, though, is that Maryland is Maryland is ahead of schedule.
You're a classic 8-9 team. That's what you are. You're an 8-9 seed, which is the worst position to be in.
However, Maryland is under-talented.
I don't agree with you. I disagree.
Maryland is under-talented.
No,
Under-talented.
disagree.
We have no depth at the 4. We have no depth at the 5.
Dante Scott, he's pretty good.
Dante Scott was like 1 for 40 the other day.
Okay, Reese is pretty good.
Reese gets more fouls than Gafford.
Okay,
and there's no one behind them.
You stole a transfer kid from Charlotte.
No, he's really good. He's very good. Yes.
Right. You have talent. I don't want to hear you.
This year again. This team though is not the best iteration of what we'll see Maryland basketball in the next 2 or 3 years. So any tournament is fine. Any NCAA seed is fine. They're ahead of schedule. Willard's a legitimate coach, unlike what we've had previously. He is.
Know what? I don't know. See, I don't know. I'm gonna call Willard a legitimate coach.
Whoa.
I disagree with you.
He's better than your coach. He's better than Turgeon.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. No, I disagree with you there. Over their careers, he's not better than Leonard Hamilton. You're a fucking idiot.
I mean, in this moment.
Awesome, Jack. You're comparing him to the worst year in Florida State history.
But it's let me ask you a question. Let me ask you. Okay, you get to pick who your head coach is for the next 10 years. You get to have Leonard Hamilton or Willard.
Leonard Hamilton's probably going to be dead in 10 years.
Exactly. So we're in much better shape, and this is better.
He's also 75 years old. Are we talking about like Leonard Hamilton?
No.
Like 5
ago? You could go back in time and let's get Gary Williams out of retirement and make him be 40. All I'm saying is that as a Maryland fan, as you know, I'm a rational one, and I can recognize that this team has been overachieving. They're not as good as they were against Purdue, and they're not as bad as they were against Nebraska. They're somewhere in the middle. They are a 8, 9, 10 seed, and they're probably going to lose in the first round anyway, and it doesn't matter. Next year,
you could get matched up with potentially.
Who? Not Florida State.
I could see a Maryland Duke game. I could actually
that
see
would be
Maryland.
Great. And you know what? We would beat them.
I don't think so.
We would beat them.
You would not.
We'd beat them. Anyway,
so
that's my story. But no, it's I got good news from Maryland football. However, I got an email from the Terrapin Club and ticket office. They are actually reducing ticket prices for next year. Prices are going down.
Yeah, because the team's going to stink.
No, that's not the case. They're going down because they've reconfigured their ticket packaging, and so my seats that were previously priority Terrapin Club, they've moved them to a lower bracket, so they've devalued my tickets, which are great.
Also, the team's going to stink next year.
Why are they going to stink? We still have our All-American quarterback. We still have
not All-American A.
All Big Ten quarterback. Fine.
He's honorable mention Big
Fine.
Ten.
Doesn't matter. Still better.
You don't have receivers.
We have endless receivers. Doesn't matter. Receivers grow on trees. It's a much highly overrated position.
Shitty defense.
Defense has like 9 million recruits all over the place.
Okay, fine, whatever, Jack. You don't have a good team.
Fine.
That's what.
Look, maybe we're not as good as Florida State, but Maryland's still going to be in the top 7 in the Big Ten. That's all I care about.
I was going to say, speaking of big college news, we got a story at Alabama. I
teased it earlier. I don't know if you remember.
Huh?
I teased that earlier. I don't know if you remember it.
I don't remember. I don't know how. Okay, so basically the story is there's a former player from Alabama who's on the team. I think from DC actually.
Okay.
Along with another guy who are in jail right now on charges of capital murder, I believe.
Yes, capital murder.
It was found out today, I guess.
It came out today.
That the gun used in said murder was given to the alleged shooter by star freshman on Alabama, Brandon Miller, who was a consensus top 5 to 7 pick in the, for the upcoming draft.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Oates came out and just said, what was his, he had a very bad quote. Now, he did apologize for it, but
Oates said, it was quote, "We knew about that.
Yeah.
Can't control everything anybody does outside of practice. Nobody knew that was going to happen. Brandon hasn't been in any type of trouble, nor is he in any type of trouble in this case. Wrong spot, wrong time."
Here's my thing. It wasn't wrong spot, wrong. Like, okay, so here's my question. How, again, I'm just not great with the law.
Mm-hmm.
How is it they can't charge him with anything?
Well, I believe because
he didn't know what the gun was going to be. Like, he gave the gun to the guy.
I don't think there's necessarily any law against loaning your gun to another person of gun-toting age, especially in the South.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So
Okay.
if it just so happened now, if it was an unlicensed, unregistered gun where it's
I
got like
imagine
the serial numbers like
right. Then that's
scratched
okay.
off, then it's dodgy or a ghost gun.
You're
But,
right. You're right. You're right. Then we got
in the South, especially, you can't sell every gun,
sure.
but you can loan out as many guns as you want.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I think
my thing though is this: if you're Brandon Miller, like,
it's not a good look.
what are you doing? Like, you're going to the league next year.
You're making millions of dollars.
You're making millions of dollars. I mean, it's not the best after like the top 3 or 4. Like, you're a pretty much lock top 10 pick. Like, lock.
Mm-hmm.
You've been killing it this year, averaging like 19-9.
Yeah,
For
top,
the team
top 5 team in the country.
Yeah, you're gonna be a number 1 seed in the tournament.
Yep.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you don't need guns.
Like, you're giving your gun. I mean, I get it. Like, you have a gun. Okay, fine. You have a gun. I get it. But what are we doing here, Jack? What are we doing here?
It's bad choices, man. What it's.
You think?
it's a lot of bad choices, and
I mean, this is the understatement of bad choices. Now I get it.
Well,
like,
I mean, it's lots. You could be Aaron Hernandez and be a serial killer.
I guess the deputy district attorney in Tuscaloosa said that he's not going to be charged with anything.
Correct.
My thing is also this: like, does Nate Oates deserve to keep his job? I don't know, man. Like, this is I don't know. It's a bad look. It's a bad look all around.
Did Miller get suspended from the team?
What?
Did Miller get suspended on his team?
No, he's still playing. Like, he's going to play. I'm sure he's going to play the no. Also, if Brandon Miller was not a top like 5 consensus pick and like a All-American, do you think he'd be? You think they'd be treating him like this?
So his name was Adam Gravitz.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot different.
He would be shown the door.
Exactly. I just, like you said, man, like, I went to school in the South. The South is just different. I get it. Like, when a dude calls you and says, bring me a gun, Brandon Miller's first instinct should probably be like, nah.
Hey,
good.
I don't want to ask any questions. I'm not going to get involved, but now we're not going to talk to each other for a little bit.
Right. But yeah,
and don't bring your shit to my front door.
What did he do? And yet, what did he do?
Well,
gun to the guy.
He participated.
Again, what did you? My thing. Okay.
What do you think was going to happen?
What did you think was going to happen? You think the guy just wanted your gun? Like, just want your gun.
He could have been going to a cops and robbers party where he wanted to cosplay and.
First off, if you read like the story of like how the murder happened, it was not like that at all.
The text message thread was remarkable.
It was not. Again, not a good look.
Hey, just a note to you listeners out there. Again, my YouTube channel has some law stuff on it from a lawyer who's not me, but I'm going to give some not legal advice, but suggestions. If you are engaged in any kind of potential crime, assaults, murders, whatever, don't text your friends the plans and like follow up and stuff. Like, that's the police will get your phone and then have all that communication. We've seen it through Trump and friends. The FBI and police have a pretty easy time at downloading all your stuff. So consider not communicating all your crimes via text.
Really, 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 really bad look for Brandon Miller. But
look, maybe he'll fall to where the Wizards are going to draft.
He's not. No, the Wizards don't draft bad character guys. You know that. Stop. You know that happens. They don't draft. No, I'm serious. They don't draft bad character guys.
Okay.
You know I'm right. He doesn't. He'll draft like trust me, he doesn't.
If he was available where they were drafting, I would draft him in a heartbeat.
Oh, I would too. Just for like the basketball, just for the basketball talent aspect of it. But of course, Tommy would instead take like Grady Dick from Kansas because he can shoot. That's what he would do.
Well, Brandon Miller can shoot too. Zing.
Yeah, but he likes Grady Dick. He would take Grady Dick.
Well, you know what? He can have all the dick he wants, you know?
That's all. I mean, what else do we got? We got anything else, really? Nothing else, I guess. XFL started. You like the XFL?
Of course. Who doesn't like the XFL?
Watching it, it was, I guess the thing is, like, the rule things are funny, like, you know, or different, and I like that.
Mm.
But in the end, it's like, if I'm going to watch it, I want to see some good football. And this is not great football. Like, I don't need to see Paxton Lynch playing football.
No one wants to see Paxton Lynch playing football.
Like, nobody wants to see Paxton Lynch playing football. So I mean, I like the new rule the new rule adjustments and stuff. Like I don't really know them all off the top of my head, but
The one I was reading about, there was the if you fumble through the end zone, the offensive team just kind of gets the ball back where the fumble happened, which seems nice.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So yeah, XFL started up again. I really don't know what else is going on. Is that really it? I guess I don't know.
Steven Strasburg's never going to pitch again.
Oh, we already do that. Yeah, I guess baseball spring training's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Nats are yeah. I don't really know what to say. It's not gonna be a fun year, but that means cheap tickets.
Yeah.
Like really cheap tickets if we want to go to games.
Well, I lived through terrible Nats for the beginning, so it's fine.
I'm just saying, like, this is gonna be real bad, dude.
Okay, but this is what you want out of the Wizards. You want to tank, get some draft picks, and get better.
It's exactly what I want out of the Wizards, but baseball is also a lot more difficult than basketball.
Well, yeah, the prospects you're drafting are in high school and take years and years and years. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a lot different. Like, I mean, you're not like the Nats got lucky the 2 years that they were dog shit.
Yeah.
Because it just so happened that like the two top guys were ready-made players like that were going to be up in like a year.
Yeah.
That never happens in when you that very rarely happens when you're drafting in baseball. But yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad. And the worst part is like it's gonna be like it's never gonna get better because you're in a division with the Mets, the Phillies, and the Braves. Like they're not gonna all like those teams are not all of a sudden gonna just stop playing good baseball.
Yeah.
So it's like it's an impressive feat what Rizzo and the Lerners did to go from a World Series champion to the worst team in baseball in 4 years. So well done, I guess.
They pulled the Marlins. It's okay. They did what they said.
No, they're not. Like the Marlins at least have a future. The Nats have no future right now. They don't.
It's all right. It's just baseball. Who cares?
You were making fun of the fact that I have eye issues. That was nice. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you've had those in here before. I'm glad you're not in the room. It's really gross.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's like it was this weird eye thing I had last year. It went away. Like I went for my eye checkup. It went away when I got this stuff.
Yeah, we'll get more stuff.
I said, well, I have to go. I have to make an appointment.
Yeah.
Just give me a thing. So I have an appointment next Tuesday, and hopefully they'll just prescribe me some medicine, and I can.
Yeah. I love medicine.
It hurts when I blink, so that's not great either.
It hurts when you blink? Well, don't blink.
It's not like the right side of my eye, like my right eye.
There you go.
Whatever. So that's
maybe you'll get an eye patch.
I don't need an eye patch, asshole.
What if you need an eye patch? You can be a pirate.
Oh, big news about something just broke about your Commanders.
What about them?
You are franchise tagging Deron Payne.
Good. Oh, we didn't even mention Eric Bieniemy being the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, let's mention that. Yeah. We'll end the show on that. Yeah, I mean it's a nice thing. I think they're setting it up for Rivera to be fired.
Yeah.
And then Bieniemy takes over. I was listening. I remember when it first broke, and that your boy Grant Paulson had like a show on when it broke, and somebody called up and was like, "Oh, they're transitioning Ron to be like the president." What? Like Ron Rivera has sucked in DC. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's more likely he gets fired and then Bieniemy gets the job.
Here's a question though: If Bieniemy is successful, that means the offense is working, which means they're probably winning.
Oh no, that's well.
And that means Rivera.
What you have to hope is that Rivera retires.
He gracefully steps down.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a weird situation because, like you said, everyone wants Bieniemy to succeed, but then if Bieniemy succeeds, that means they're winning games, which in turn means Rivera stays on.
Yeah.
Or you get the best of both worlds, in which the offense succeeds and then Rivera steps away.
Yeah.
Then that works out really well. But you that's a very good point. That like, and now here's the thing about Bieniemy. Like, will he do well? I don't know. I really don't. Like, you have like again, I'm not a Commanders fan. You know that, but the Commanders have good receivers.
Yeah.
Or they've got young. Let's put it this way. Okay, they've got young, exciting receivers.
Yeah.
They've got some decent running backs. I mean, if they bring back Gibson and Robinson, it's fine. The offensive line is not amazing, but it's serviceable, I guess. I don't know. It all comes down to, what does Sam Howell look like? Like, are they going to bring in a veteran? What does Bieniemy want? Because whatever Bieniemy wants, you give it to him. Is Bieniemy? Bieniemy must be down with Howell or whatever.
Or the
'Cause
plan.
He wouldn't take the job.
Yeah.
He didn't believe in Sam Howell.
Or he
Now,
has a
you know,
great plan for how to be successful.
right, exactly. I think. Look, to me, it's a great.
It's a great
I mean, it's a great move by Washington. It's a great move. I mean, some of the other names that were talked about before this were like comical.
Yeah.
It was like Pat Shermer, like Ken Zampese. Like, what are you doing?
No.
You got the best guy.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make, like, you got the offensive coordinator off the Super Bowl champions.
Yes. That doesn't happen.
Now, I get Andy Reid calls the plays and, like, Bieniemy doesn't, do everything with their offense, but he does a lot, I'm sure.
Well, he
gives his input.
he gets the game plan.
It's a 2-year deal, which, it's interesting. Only 2 years. Like I said, I think it's setting up for them to like try to not force Rivera. Is this Rivera's last year under contract? Honestly, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Because if this is his last year under contract, they could just, even if it's a good year, they could just say, go away.
He had a 5-year contract in 2020. So he has 2 years left, which means why the offensive coordinator would have a 2-year contract.
I mean, what would you want? You're a Commanders fan. What would you want? You don't want Rivera there anymore. You don't like Rivera.
I'd like them to win. So how do they figure out how to do that? Be acceptable.
You don't like Rivera. You don't.
I don't not like him specifically. But if they can figure out how to win, that's great.
I mean, the thing is, like, I assume that they're paying Bieniemy probably the top number for offensive coordinator, money-wise. You're not leaving Kansas City to go to Washington. It's a lateral move.
You're not taking a pay cut.
I get it. He gets the assistant head coaching title and all that stuff. But listen, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's a great hire on paper.
Yeah.
Now let's see what he can do with not Patrick. Like, you don't have Patrick Mahomes. You don't have Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Now let's see how you scheme up your offense without having the two best players at their respective positions. So it'll be interesting in that respect. But again, I think it's a good hire. Just like how the Dolphins hired Vic Fangio, who's like one of the best defensive coordinators. It's like, if you can get one of those guys, you get them. And then you figure the rest of the shit out later.
Yeah.
So good hire by Washington.
Well, very good. All right. Well, that's fun. We'll get you back to poking your own eyeball and stuff.
I'm not poking my eyeball. Shut up.
Poking it. All right.
He's making fun that I got eye issues.
It's fine. I'll do what I can. All right. For Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Have a great night.
The Adam Gravitz Sports Show.